Hello viewers, hope all of you are keeping well. In this video of area of quadrilaterals, I am going to take up with you area of rhombus and area of trapezium, right? So, first of all, I want to talk about area of rhombus. Rhombus is one type of a parallelogram only, right? Just see, I have drawn here the rhombus. Okay, here what is the special feature which we find, that if one side is 4 centimeter, rest all the sides are 4 centimeter only, simply means that all the sides of this rhombus are equal. Actually, rhombus is a kind of parallelogram only. Maximum of the properties of the parallelogram are satisfied by rhombus also, with only extra one feature, that all the sides are equal, whereas the sides are not equal in case of the parallelogram, right? Now let us talk about its perimeter. Perimeter is simply the total boundary length only. Suppose we have to do the fencing, fencing of a field which is rhombus in shape, then what is the meaning of that fencing? That we will try to find up the length of the fence, how much that is needed. That it will be needed, suppose I start from this corner, so total fencing will be done on this side, then this side, this side, this side, and up to here. Okay, so then how much length we need? We need the length equal to its total boundary only. So simply means that perimeter of this rhombus is nothing but the 4 multiplied by the side. No need to add the side separately because all the side lengths are same only. Therefore 4 multiplied by side is the total boundary length, or is the total perimeter of this rhombus. Right. Then comes to area. For area we need to draw its two diagonals, right? So I suppose I already told to you that what is the meaning of diagonal? Simply joining the opposite corners. Okay, this is the first diagonal, and here I draw the second diagonal like this, right? So let us say that my first diagonal I denote by D1 and the second diagonal I denote by D2. Let me name this as the rhombus ABCD, and O is the point where the diagonals cut each other, right? So that what I want to say here, that AC is equal to D1, that is first diagonal, and BD is equal to D2, that is the second diagonal. Or here I will write here D1 and here I will mention D2. So these are the diagonal lengths only. Suppose these both diagonals are given to us, then what is the formula of area of this rhombus? It is one. I will talk about two formula here. So this 1 star is that number 1 formula of area is that half into product of the diagonals. Product of the diagonals means simply half into D1 multiplied by D2 is our first formula. Remember, this is the formula of area of this rhombus, right? Now second formula is, in case you are not given any of the diagonals, neither D1 nor D2, right? Instead, you know one side, so that one side of the rhombus will be taken as base. Okay, and then we will draw its one height also. Height already told to you, height will always be the perpendicular height. Okay, and it can be marked from this also, right? So that in that case, if the diagonals are not mentioned in the question, base and height are given, then the formula will be simply same as formula of area of parallelogram. What was that? It was base into height only, remember. So by two methods you can find the area of the rhombus. By two methods. First is half D1 into D2, very easy formula, and the second is the base multiplied by height. It will be taken up only when the rhombus is treated like a parallelogram. There is no mention of diagonals and only base and height are given to you. Now the next thing we want to calculate is the side length. Okay, why? Because sometimes the side length will be missing. Here though I have written 4 centimeter, but maybe sometimes this side length is missing. Then we are going to use very important property of the diagonals of rhombus here, remember. Okay, and that property is the diagonals of rhombus bisect each other at right angles. Okay, two diagonals we already have drawn, so we have to see that they will bisect each other at right angles. Now what is the meaning of bisect? Bisect means to divide into two equal parts, remember. Okay, bisect means to divide into two equal parts, right? So diagonals bisect each other at right angles, right? It means that the diagonals were D1 and D2. I have already written AC is equal to D1 and BD is equal to D2, and property says D1 and D2 bisect. Bisect means they are cutting each other at point O. Bisect means that O is the midpoint of BD and O is the midpoint of AC also, right? That O is the midpoint of both the diagonals. O is the midpoint of both the diagonals. Very important point. Then what is the meaning of midpoint? That if total AC is D1, I am starting from here again. If total of AC is D1, then what will be AO? If total AC is D1, what will be AO? It will be simply D1 divided by 2. Secondly, if total of BD was D2 only, diagonal second only, total BD is D2, then from here what follows? That BO, half of this BO will be equal to D2 upon 2. Remember, very important relation. So this is the very important relation between the half of the diagonal OB, half of the second diagonal, right? So half of first diagonal is D1 by 2, half of second diagonal is D2 by 2, right? So, and another very important, see this angle, I have shown here one angle only. Why? Because they said that diagonals bisect each other at right angles. Otherwise all four I can show here. These all corners will make up an angle of 90 degree. For convenience, I have shown only one. So students, very important point is that by doing this we get a right triangle here. Okay, see, I am shading this triangle for you. So this has become a right triangle for all of us, and which is very important. And whenever you get a right triangle in maths, right, so by this time all of you will realize that right triangle means applying the Pythagoras theorem there. Okay, and properly see that this is the right angle, so opposite to this will be our hypotenuse. Applying this Pythagoras theorem here, now we will try to get the relation. And why we are doing all this? We are doing all this to find the unknown side. Here I have written, but suppose this thing is not given, how to find the each side of the rhombus? This process is for that only. Okay, and this all I have written in order to get the material for the unknown side only. Now we come here. I will start here as in a right triangle. Which one? What was the name of that right triangle? AOB. AOB. By applying what? By applying Pythagoras theorem only. What do we get? By applying Pythagoras theorem, what do we get? We get hypotenuse square, means AB square is equal to the squares, sum of the squares of other two sides. So it is AO square plus OB square. Remember, okay, AO square plus OB square. How I have written this? I have written it by applying the Pythagoras theorem only. Okay, so I think properly all of you can understand this point. Now AB was missing, so I will keep this AB as it is only, right? Now from here I will put the value of AO. AO is what? AO is D1 by 2. I will take whole square, and OB it will be simply D2 by this and whole square only. D2 upon 2 whole square, right? So what was AB? AB is the missing side. So I will write here side square. Any side square is equal to D1 by 2 whole square plus D2 by 2 whole square. So this is the relation. If D1 and D2 means the length of the diagonals are given to you, students, then here by using this relation you can find the side of the rhombus also. It is very important thing, okay, and it can be used in another way also. Suppose side is already given and D1, one diagonal is also given. This can be utilized to find the missing diagonal, missing second diagonal also, or either missing first diagonal also, or for finding the value of the side also. See, such an important relation, and all coming from the all coming from the same this figure only related to rhombus. So this was all about the perimeter, area and the side length of the rhombus. Okay, and this completes the full information regarding the rhombus. Now students, here in the last section of this video, still on the area of quadrilaterals only, next quadrilateral I am going to discuss is a trapezium. Trapezium, very important, very interesting and very simple thing also, right? So trapezium means, first of all let me tell you the definition. Trapezium is a quadrilateral. Simple quadrilateral means any four-sided closed figure only with one small feature only. What is that feature? That only one pair I have written, only one pair of opposite sides is parallel. Okay, here this side is parallel to this side as it is shown in the figure, and another, what about the another pair? Then another pair, this which I have drawn with this purple color, this is not parallel. Not parallel means one pair, this and this is a pair of non-parallel sides and the another is the set of parallel sides, right? So this is a little different from the parallelogram, right? Why? Because in parallelogram both the pairs are parallel, but here only one pair of opposite sides is parallel, and I have taken up those parallel sides to be, one is with side A, means side length is A, and the second one is with side length B, right? And here what I have drawn, see this was one parallel side, this was one parallel side. I have drawn one height, the perpendicular distance between these parallel sides. Which perpendicular distance we have to see always? Remember, it is the distance between the parallel sides only, remember. Okay, because why I am saying to remember? Because there is a set of non-parallel sides also, but this distance which I have denoted by h will always be the distance between the parallel sides. Okay, so now regarding this perimeter, all of you know, simply adding all the four sides only, which are not equal here. Unlike rhombus, these are not equal, so it will be what? Length of this plus length of second side plus length of third side plus length of fourth side will give us the perimeter. Now come to area part. Area of this rhombus will be, see the formula, how interesting, half we have to apply here, a plus b into h. So again see, the area of the trapezium will be half a plus b into h, right? What is the meaning of that? Let us put it into words. Half, what is a plus b? A plus b means a is the length of one parallel side, b is the second length of parallel side. So a plus b means the sum of parallel sides. Their lengths we have to add actually. Suppose one is 3 cm, other one is 5 cm. So we are simply going to add here 3 plus 5. So first part of the formula is sum of the parallel sides multiplied by h, means what? That multiplied by the distance between those parallel sides only. Which distance I am talking about? I am talking about the distance h. Okay. So finally the formula of area of trapezium is half sum of parallel sides multiplied by the distance between them. So students, this was all about the area of quadrilaterals. Okay. So hope the things are clear to you, and if you like my video, suppose if you want to ask anything about them, please do ask and clarify the things. And if you like, this is the time to subscribe to my channel and do press the bell icon also, so that for the next videos you get the notification. Thank you very much for watching.